Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So, if you've been watching our show for a while here, you know that we typically don't respond to celebrities, their stories about going vegan, or in this case, a celebrity failing at his attempt going vegan. It's usually all a bunch of disappointment, and this case was no exception. And here we're talking about one of the two co-stars of the hit show on HGTV, Flip or Flop. I have to admit, I've seen it a few times, so when I saw this come up the news, I was interested, and once I started reading about it, I couldn't believe how horribly this guy failed, considering he lives here in California, one of the vegan meccas of the world. So let's jump right in. So this is what caught my eye, and hopefully you see why I'm responding. Tarek El Moussa dropped down to a measly 107 pounds after revealing he pretended to be vegan for his new fiance. So you're probably asking yourself, how in the world does someone pretend to be vegan? It doesn't really make any sense. I was wondering, is he like just trying to impress his fiance and eat a bunch of plants around her and hey, go animals, and when he's by himself, eat a steak? No, he actually tried to eat an entire vegan diet even when she wasn't in his presence. And let's just quickly for a moment take a look at his fiance Heather's vegan background. Here's the podcast that they were on just recently where the whole world learned about Tarek's failed attempt at veganism. But let's listen to her first.
Oh, also, I'm vegan. Did you not know that?
Right. I know that. Right. So right. So is it you're passionate about animals, or is it like a diet thing?
It's multiple things. Like for me, I can't imagine eating something that was alive.
So at first I was impressed, thinking, wow, she's truly an ethical vegan. She couldn't imagine eating something that was once alive. But I just found this interview from a couple years back, and she's been vegan for like 10, 11 years, she said. But she said in this one interview that she's vegan on one hand, and in the next breath, she's saying she takes fish oil supplements daily. So how can you be vegan and not want to eat something that was once alive and consume fish oil supplements? Because last time I checked, fish oil supplements came from the actual tissue of once living fish. So I'll play devil's advocate there for Rachel that back in 2016 when she gave that interview, there weren't quite as many vegan DHA algae supplements. Maybe she felt she had to have some fish oil to get her omega-3s. And this is what I showed about Miley Cyrus. Who knows better? She made her exit from veganism now in 2020, saying that she needed to get fish oil and salmon eggs and all these fish products for her brain to get omega-3 fatty acids in the form of DHA. And I showed exactly this stuff right here, a completely vegan source of omega-3 fatty acids in the form of DHA. They're from a company called O3 Smoothies. In fact, I'll leave a coupon code down in the show notes for you guys so you can get 10% off your stuff. So let's turn our attention now back to this podcast and hear from Tarek himself about how he failed so miserably when he tried to go vegan.
Tarek, is she turning you on the vegan lifestyle?
No, she tried when we first met, and I went down to like 107 pounds. So it didn't work.
What? No, you didn't.
I started starving myself because I didn't know what to eat. So I'm like, hey, everybody, I'm a vegan now, and now I don't know what to eat. So I just started starving myself. And then the only times I would eat was when she fed me. So I was eating like...
And she would make you mushroom burgers.
Yeah, stuff like that. So I'm eating like once a day. I was like withering away.
I mean, this is crazy. He's saying he's withering away, just eating one measly meal a day with his fiance and starving himself intentionally the rest of the day because he can't figure out what foods vegans eat. I mean, this is ridiculous on so many levels. First of all, he lives in Orange County, California, Newport Beach, I believe. And the place is surrounded by tons of vegan restaurants and plenty more restaurants that have vegan options. Just look here on Google Maps. I'm not kidding. It's quite easy to find vegan food there. You can go to the supermarkets like Whole Foods and get prepared vegan foods, but it's not that hard. Vegans don't have to eat weird, special vegan food. I think that's the problem Tarek was having. I know Tarek's a clever person. I see him figure out problems all the time when he's flipping, and he could have easily gone to Google or your favorite search engine, whichever one, and just ask, what foods do vegans eat? And it's really not that hard. I mean, the first result here, fruits and vegetables, legumes such as peas, beans, and lentils, nuts and seeds, breads, rice and pasta, dairy alternatives. I mean, this is food that you were probably making back in your college dorm. You couldn't have made some spaghetti and some marinara sauce. You couldn't have got some bread. Make sure it's vegan. Most breads are. And made yourself like, say, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You couldn't boil make some rice, make some heat up some beans, get some bananas. I mean, this isn't really weird weird food or anything like that, Tarek. So, I mean, it just takes a little bit of research to figure out what vegans eat, and you'll see it's just like food you've been eating your whole life, and maybe you need a little bit more help. I should have had this handy here. Our new book, the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook, is out. Angie's book, I should say. And it has just easy recipes that even a guy like me, a guy like Tarek can make. It's just simple foods here, nothing weird. Just stuff that you can find at your local supermarket, stuff you can make without any kitchen expertise or anything like that. In fact, I'll put the link down below. We just got them like a week ago. They make a great Christmas present. If you know Tarek, get him one of these. To be completely honest, though, after doing a little more research into this story, I don't place as much blame on Tarek for not knowing what vegans eat once I looked more into what his fiance was eating as a vegan. And as we'll see here, I've seen this time and time again. There's a certain kind of group of people who eat a vegan diet, primarily, I believe, just to look thin and look great, and they don't really eat a lot of food in order to get that figure. Let's take a look at what she eats here in a typical day. She says, I've been vegan for a few years now. Usually I'll try to replace two meals, guys, with a protein smoothie. I mean, I could see why Tarek would be confused if he's seen meals be replaced with protein smoothies, and I wonder why protein smoothies for. I mean, sure, I like to get a bit of extra protein added into my breakfast smoothie, but that's after a hard workout, and I'm trying to put on some gains to get back my slam dunking form here. But I'm not sure why someone who's trying to have like a super thin figure is having two big protein smoothies a day, so that is probably a bit confusing to Tarek. Furthermore, she says lunch is usually a quinoa salad or a veggie salad. Again, that's not a lot of food. I could see how Tarek could be confused. Gee, all my options are having some weird protein smoothie or eating some little tiny salad. I mean, that's not that appetizing, not that filling, and not that many calories, particularly for a male. I can see why Tarek dropped down to 107 pounds having one meal a day of like a quinoa salad. And she says she snacks in between on nuts and a vegan protein bar, and she drinks tea in between meals. Again, more protein bars. I'm not sure why she wants to have so much protein all the time, all day, having all this protein. So yeah, he got a bad example from his fiance, but still he should have been able to figure out just by going to Google what kinds of foods that vegans eat, and would have seen it's really not that weird, it's not that difficult. It's foods he could have easily found at his local supermarkets, and if he's too busy flipping houses, he had plenty of restaurants from which to order takeout to keep him from falling down to withering away, as he said, to 107 pounds. That's completely not, it's inexcusable. So what did he do? How did he fix this situation of withering down to 107 pounds?
No, I'm back on the
We do
on
a
the
mix.
carnivore side.
Not sure if you can hear him over the host talking over him right there. He says he's back on the carnivore side. So that was his remedy for wasting away on this horrible vegan diet that dropped him down to 107 pounds. The only way to fix that was to go back to eating meat and animal products. I mean, how come he just never tried giving a sensible, balanced, healthy vegan diet a shot? I mean, I have no trouble keeping my weight. I've gained weight over the past year or so eating the way I do as a vegan. I weigh 194 pounds now. I'm not withering away by any stretch here. So it's just frustrating. Again, that's why we don't cover celebrities. I mean, the vegan diet didn't cause him to wither away to 107 pounds. It was this absurd way he was eating, not eating, I should say, because he couldn't figure out what vegans ate, and the example he got from his fiance was a pretty horrible example. So the only way to correct that was going back to eating meat. Well, that's a huge fail there. And that's why I'm responding to this video. Let people know. Hopefully they'll see this in the search results, that if they saw that Tarek failed on a vegan diet, no, the vegan diet didn't fail him. He failed to eat a proper, sensible vegan diet. I'm telling you, the way he was eating is a guaranteed fail. You know, it's just not going to work out in the long term for any person. So anyway, guys, leave your questions and comments down below. Let me know if you watch this show. Let me know if you were surprised to hear that he pretended to go vegan for his fiance and failed so miserably. Let me know what you think about the way she's eating there too. Am I being too harsh on her, or does it seem like a really extremely restrictive way of eating? And this is something I want to emphasize here right before I go, that veganism should not be a restrictive diet. You have all the plant foods available to you, eat till you're full. Just don't have weird smoothies and salads all day to try to be thin. That's not what a vegan diet's all about. A vegan diet is not a diet per se. it's a moral philosophy that is it's opposed to cruelty to animals, and nothing about that means you have to starve yourself. Tarek didn't have to starve himself. He could have just had a balanced, sensible vegan diet. Bottom line. So anyway, leave your questions and comments below. Hit like, share this video. Until next time, let's keep it well fed as vegans, guys.
When does the pain fade away? Will it be tomorrow? Why not today?